All right. Afternoon, everybody. We're anxious to get going. Finally, we've been here for a little while now. Haven't had much opportunity to practice as a team, but we're anxious to play. And it was, I think our guys enjoyed having the opportunity to play on Sunday after one practice. So we've got a long way to go to come together as a team. We have a lot to work on in our game, but this time of year you're anxious to get things started, and it'll be a fun opportunity to go out to Maine and participate in the Icebreaker tournament. So with that, let me just start with questions.
Tom, do you do anything as far as preparation for the other teams? Will you look at any video of games from last year just to get that from yourself with the opponent?
Yes, we've pulled some stuff on Maine. I think the only thing they've played is an inter-squad game this year. So we looked at some stuff last year, kind of looked at the returning roster. But there won't be much. The majority of the focus will be on Michigan State, as I'm sure the other teams will be for them as well. Lake Superior will actually exchange videos of our exhibition games. So we'll share video with them, and then, of course, they'll get to watch us play, and we'll watch them play on Friday. But that's the extent of it. So like I said, so much more is about our preparation for our team. We'll spend a very small amount of time with our opponent just because there's not a lot to know at this point of the process.
Obviously, you're looking for a lot more from your team than Sunday night, but you would expect that with a week of practice. How much will your level of play have to raise to get success in this game?
I think with each succeeding game, Fred, it's going to have to get better and better and better. We're implementing our system of play. We're trying to implement a lot in a very short time, so we're trying to balance that with getting enough repetition to get familiar with what we want to do. I think the good news is that we have at least a fair number of returning players in that regard. The bad news is that it still takes repetition because you're putting line combination together for the most part are defensive pairings that haven't really worked with each other. So really doesn't put you that much further ahead. But every team's going to be in a similar situation. I think the quality of play will improve each game that we play. And the goal is to get your game to the highest level you can as soon as possible. That's what we're working towards.
Coach, this netminder you saw against Western Ontario, older, experienced, and you guys were able to put some shots, put some goals in on him. Is that encouraging for the team as far as a guy who's a little bit older, had more experience, or how does that kind of goalkeeper compare to what you'll see going forward or into the conference?
I think we'll see good goaltenders pretty much every night when we play. Goaltending is really strong throughout college hockey, and it is in the sport today. So the Sunday example, I thought that kid played excellent. I thought he was really good. They played 4 or 5 or 6 games already. I think that might have been their 5th or 6th game. And I don't know how much he played, but he looked real good. So I thought that as sloppy as the game was, I really liked our effort. I liked the number of quality scoring chances that we were able to generate. And I'm confident that the puck will ultimately go in as we find our timing. But I think every night we play, we're going to play against good goaltending.
I'll go again. Seemed like you're able to generate quite a bit of offense from the blue line. Is that a special strength that you see potentially? I know it's only one game, but from the defensemen putting shots on?
I thought our defensemen did a real nice job in that game. I think it's an area that coming into the season we have to be way better at to improve our offensive productivity. And I don't necessarily mean the actual goal scoring part of it. Walsh scored that goal, but he was up the ice, and I think that's an important part. We've got to be able to move up the ice with the play to make sure our attack is beyond just forwards. And I also think that it's important that our defensemen do a good job at the offensive blue line, both keeping pucks in and getting pucks to the net to keep them alive and keep them in play. So we've been working on that. I think our returning guys are growing in confidence in that area. I think Zach Osborne You probably saw on Sunday a small snippet of some of the dynamics he has offensively, and as he gets more comfortable, I think he'll do a growing amount back there. So all of that is part of the plan to become a better, more dynamic offensive team.
Coach, can you speak a little bit about Cody Mylan's performance on Sunday in his first game in the Spartan sweater?
It was very impressive. I thought Cody got off to a very good start. Obviously, when you score a goal that early, that's a big confidence boost for you. But, he's been real good so far from when he reported to school. He's been kind of quiet. I know, like every player, you want to build some confidence and find your place. And we've got upperclassmen that are kind of helping guide him along, which I think has been helpful. I think it was a great confidence boost for him to be able to get off to a good start. I thought their line played well. He was very complimentary in his play with his two line mates. And you'll see as you watch him play, he's very skilled. He can skate, he can handle the puck, he can move it, he's smart, he can shoot it. So to me, he's got a real high potential, and it's just a matter about gaining experience and gaining confidence, and I think his productivity will grow from there.
Coach, I know it is still early in the week, but were you able to work on special teams at all? And if you did, how did your guys look out there?
Well, it's too early to say how we look. We did start to work on it yesterday. We've had one practice since we played. We did start to work on our power play yesterday. We've had some penalty kill meetings. Today we'll meet again on video. Tomorrow we'll start to do more on the ice. But we will spend time every day working on special teams. I think it's a critical part of the game, and this time of year it could be a huge difference in winning and losing. So we're going to try to give it as much time as we can to give it a chance to have some success. Part of it is going to be there's nothing like playing and gaining in-game experience, but we're definitely going to give it plenty of time, or as much as we can all week.
I know it's early. You've only had one practice since the game, but do you think you'll keep the lines you used on Sunday together, or do you maybe mix and match?
Yeah, we might mix things up a little bit. We're trying some things in practice, and we use the game on Sunday really as an evaluation, both in regard to individual player performance and to maybe line combinations, and we're looking at some different things. I think too, generally we're healthy, but you got some guys nicked up, and it depends on what we come out of the end of the week looking like. Like, we have a lot of confrontation, a lot of physicality going on in practice today. There's a lot of physical demands on guys, and so we'll see by the end of the week where we are health-wise. And, if somebody's got a tweaked groin or something like that might not allow them to get the kind of time maybe we anticipated, that'll cause some change. So right now we think we're okay, but I guess you never know given the time of year when there's so much physicality as part of getting ourselves in hockey shape, ready to play.
Going back to what you said a little bit on last Wednesday, but was this when you were approached to play in this tournament, was it a big factor that maybe this could be a way that Travis gets back to Maine, his father's roots and so forth, and at least one time play against his team that he grew up watching? Fundamentally,
I would say it was the factor. That was the primary reason we went. Now, as you know, we're fixed by NCAA in terms of our game count, and this is an exempted event, so it actually allows us to add a couple games to our schedule. So that's also a good reason to play, but it was really a secondary reason. When Red Gendron called me, it was all about let's bring Walshy back to Maine, and I was all for that. I thought that was a great opportunity to do so.
Have you ever coached a game at Maine, in Maine?
I did. When I was at Michigan Dearborn, we went out and played Sean Walsh's Maine Black Bears. Yeah, they had a real good team. I remember we didn't win. They had really. I can't remember the year it was, but they had real good teams back then.
Tom, as you enter the real season now, is there any motivator for your team? Some teams need a chip on their shoulder. Maybe the chip for your guys is the seniors and juniors haven't won anything, or what is there that you hope they grab going into this season?
They want to leave here, leaving a legacy of completing the process of putting the program back into the national limelight or national prominence and getting us nationally competitive. That has been a a methodical step each year in getting back to that spot. And they want to win. They want to win. We had our senior talks the last 2 weeks where each senior got an opportunity to talk to his teammates, and I won't share much with you, but one common element was, it's our time to step up and make the next step and win. And so I think our team in general is more cohesive than it's ever been. I think the leadership's deep, and it's led by the senior group. And I think if you'd ask most coaches in college athletics, it's great to have, your seniors have their best years ever. And we need that out of our senior group. I think there's real opportunity for that to happen. And they want to pursue heights that we haven't seen in recent times. And I'd rather have them tell you what their goals are, but I think they're hungry. So I think that's the chip to take that next step and compete for a championship.
Do you believe it is their time?
I do. I think we now, like any team, we have to come together, and we have to become better. We have to have a lot of different pieces go your way for that to happen. But I think that this group certainly comes into the season with that opportunity, looking them right in the eye. And now it's up to us to do that. Okay, guys, have a great day.